It's Mika from 8 Modesty, and today we are going to tackle about difference of two squares. So before we tackle about difference of two squares, let's first determine how if it's difference of two squares. So to determine if it's difference of two squares, a variable should have an even number to tell if it's perfect. Difference of two squares consists of two parentheses, just like this one. It is also separated by the sign minus. For example, this one, x squared minus y squared. So here are some examples and I'm going to explain them one by one to you. So the first example is p squared minus 25. So the solution is, the first thing that you are going to do is find the square root of p squared minus 25. So the square root of p is p, the square root of 5 is 5. So like I've said a while ago, difference of two squares consists of two parentheses. So all you have to do is put p in the first and also in the second parenthesis, and then the minus sign. So always remember this, that in the two parentheses, it should always have a minus and a plus. So p minus 5 and p plus 5. So here's the checking to make sure if your answer is correct. So p times p is equals to p squared, and 5 times 5 is equals to 25, which is the question. Another is this one, 25x squared minus 36y squared. So, like I said a while ago, the first thing that you're going to do is find the square root. So the square root of 5 is 5x because it has its variable, which is x. And the square root of 6 is 6y, and also has its own variable, which is y. So 5x minus 6y, 5x plus 6y, and the checking, 5x times 5x is equal to 25x squared, and 6y times 6y is equal to 36 6y. So in here we have another one. So we only have variables, we don't have numbers, which is much more easier than the other ones. So square root of 4 is x squared, and the square root of y raised to the power of 4 is y squared. So all you have to do is put it in the parentheses, and it should be plus and minus. Sorry for my correction. So x squared times x squared is equal to x raised to the power of 4. So y squared times y squared is equal to the power of y raised to the power of 4. So this one has numbers. This one is 9x squared minus 49. So first we get the square root of 9x squared, which is 3x, and the square root of 49, which is 7. So 3x minus 7, 3x plus 7. So checking, 3x times 3x is 9x squared, and 7 times 7 is equals to 49. Second to the last example, 36y raised to the power of 4 minus 100. So find the square root, which is 6y squared, and the square root of 100, which is 10. And when we multiply it, 6y squared times 6y squared is equal to 36y raised to the power of 4. And 10 times 10 is equal to 100. And now for the last question, 6x squared minus 81y squared. So find for the square root of 64x squared, which is 8 squared, and the square root of 81y squared, which is 9y. So put it in a parenthesis. checking 8x times 8x is equal to 64x squared, and 9y times 9y is equal to 81x squared. Thanks for watching this video, and thank you.